And speaking of shopping, what could be simpler than a t-shirt? Americans have long had a love affair with the casual cotton tee. And who doesn't have a worn-in go-to favorite tucked away in a drawer? But if you try shopping for a new t-shirt and suddenly it's not so simple. WSJ reporter Ray Smith is here to tell us why that is. Ray, great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We have an example of one of the t-shirts that you wrote about right here. This is a rag and bone t-shirt. Clearly highly designed. That's what's going on these days.
Yes.
A lot of attention being paid to the t-shirt. So why is it still so hard to find a simple white t-shirt that you love?
I don't have a good answer for you, but part of the problem is that we all have different expectations for what we want in a t-shirt. And so sometimes you want one that's heavier or thicker. Sometimes you want one that's lighter and lightweight and sheer. Or we want one that can transition from day to night. So designers are trying to think of all these things, and as a result, either they make one t-shirt that they call perfect, or they have several lines of t-shirts. So This is just one of Rag & Bone's t-shirts.
And let's talk a little bit about the t-shirt in American popular culture, because we've certainly had a long love affair with it. How did it begin? Who started this craze?
The t-shirt is almost 100 years, literally. It started with military. They were used as undershirts back then. And then they gradually were worn by blue-collar workers, dock workers, outdoors mainly. And then it wasn't until Hollywood in the 50s with Marlon Brando and James Dean in movies like Rebel Without a Cause and Streetcar Named Desire, they made the t-shirts sort of popular to wear not just as underwear anymore. And then following that, subsequently, they became almost a staple for Americans, particularly worn with jeans, especially as our society was dressing down more.
And they certainly are very sought after right now. There are a lot of designers marketing their tees with words like perfect,
yes,
right, in the title. And then there are certain, I know brands that say, hey, look, this is the classic American tee, and we make this in America. American Apparel,
yes,
American Giant, Everlane,
yes,
all of these companies talk about how it's made here in the U.S. Now, the cotton, though, often does not come from the U.S.
That's right. That's right. The cotton can come from various places, whether it's Peru or Portugal in some cases. And so the emphasis on the American thing has to do, again, with our relationship, our long love affair with the t-shirt. But the fabric, that's a big part of why we're spending more, because people spend tons of research and resources into finding what they think is the right cotton. For instance, the t-shirt that you're dealing with right there, the boy tee is what it's called. It's a much heavier cotton, not too heavy, but much heavier than some of their other t-shirts.
Yeah, I can see that. It's not sheer at all.
Exactly, and they purposely wanted it to be a mix of sort of like a boy's t-shirt or a man's t-shirt, but also feminine with the cuffs and the cut, and it's cropped. But also the cotton is thicker because it's supposed to be more durable. I mean, I think what frustrates customers a lot is after one or two wearings and washings, you feel like the shirt is falling apart or wearing out. And they wanted the shirt to be more durable and have more retention.
Yeah. And I guess it's worth all the effort that designers are putting into the t-shirt, because once a consumer finds their favorite t-shirt, they buy them in bulk.
Exactly.
Right, Ray?
Yes.
Thank you so much for that.